G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here, back with more of our playthrough of Neverwinter Nights 2, the official campaign as our human archery ranger. When last we left off, we had just made our way to Port Last, and we need to figure out who and how, who has framed us for the murder of Ember, and if we can find a way to get out of it. Do you know anything about what happened to Ember? Haven't heard much more than the rumours through that idiot Elgin, though that idiot Elgin claims to have been there, even though the attackers, even fought the attackers, he says, who's Elgin? Port Last resident braggart he is, always boasting of deeds done and dragons slain. Mind you, no one has ever seen him do anything but talk. Man can't handle a butter knife, much less a stout blade. I took pity and tried to teach him a few tricks, but he was hopeless. A braggart, beware of men telling wild tales. If lies are repeated enough times, people will believe them. That seems strangely poignant right now in the real world. Anyway, we may wish to find this Elgin and make sure he's not telling stories about Ember. What's the news in Port Last? The usual Luskan lust after our harbour and Hamoris frets. Ember's massacre has made folks here a bit uneasy, but it caused my business to pick up. Farewell. I sell armour and armour only. You want weapons? Talk to me. Show me what you have. What do we have here? Yep, nothing I want, but interesting nonetheless. Chain shirt +2. The thing is, Shuken Ja Helm. What the hell is that? Bonus spell slots for sorcerers. That would be very, very useful for Quara. Skin of the Manticore. Usable by druids and rangers. AC bonus +1. Save throw fortitude +1. Quill fire. 2 uses per day. Very nice. Not going to buy it, but interesting nonetheless.
Follow me.
I recognise that you really don't have much in the way of armour, do you? You just have leather armour +2. I mean, it's not terrible. Your armour class is 20.
I am listening.
I mean, technically...
I think it is time everyone marched behind me.
Yeah,
Your new
not too...
is
Oh,
here.
shut up, Sand. Right. What else have we got? We've got another merchant over here. I think a lot of these ones don't actually sell anything. Yeah. Trying to find people we can talk to. I'm not sure I ever noticed that there were some halflings or gnomes over here. Oh, the almighty Wendersnaven. The Wendersnaven, yes. Who are the Wendersnaven? The Wendersnavens see all, but none can see them. So these are definitely gnomes. I see. Yes, they see. Yes, but who are the Wendersnaven? The Wendersnaven know all, but none know them. Yes, none know, but we know. Yes. No. No. I don't think you two are listening to me. It sounds like they're talking nonsense, but there's a strange rhythm to it. It's like listening to a drunk Grobnar. Next time we bring him, he can try to listen. Ah, okay, if we bring Grobnar here, he might make sense of what they're talking about. But we're not going to bring Grobnar here, so that is just not going to be a problem for us. Okay, a named NPC. Careful, watch the worm sage. I ought to tidy up, but there's never time. I'll be careful. Worm sage, that's used as a reagent in certain spells. It's used to prevent the dead from rising, if I recall correctly. Yes, that's right. You have an eye for the obscure. Does Port Last have an undead problem? No, it's Ember, a little village north of here. The people were slaughtered horribly. If their bodies aren't tended, they'll return as undead. It's only a matter of time. I have not been to Ember since the massacre, but I've heard the bodies are rotting where they fell. Why haven't the bodies been buried? Ember is in Luskan territory, and the Luskans haven't bothered. Not that I'd expect anything less from Luskan. Surely you can see this as a crime. The corpses mustn't be left to rot, nor should innocent souls be condemned to torment. Perhaps you could help. Why are you so concerned about this? That's a long story, certainly not one that would interest you. Still like to hear it. Very well, I am in love with a cleric of the Lord of the Dead. I never told him how I felt. I didn't realize it myself until he was gone. He left Port Lust years ago. I've written countless letters to him and to his church superiors, but I've heard nothing. Did he leave because he thought I did not love him? I thought that if I carried out his work, he might hear of it and return. I know you must think me a fool, but surely you'll see that Ember's dead deserve to be tended. Will you help? I will. I knew you would understand. Look here. This is a worm sage extract mixed with some other reagents. You need only sprinkle the bodies with this extract. If any souls remain trapped within, their negative energies will be suppressed and they will be free to pass beyond this world. An overly dramatic description and assumption of the properties of souls, but she is correct. The worm sage will serve to fight the necromantic arts. Here, take this bag. Sprinkle a pinch of powder over each corpse you find, and there should be enough to put the spirit to rest. I'll wait for you to return. Do you have anything else for sale? Agility, protection of chaos, alchemical silver dagger, scrolls, potions. Lots of amulets and rings. Don't know that I want to buy any of them. Nash's Ring of Strength. +3. Because I've got Nash's boots. There must be a whole set of stuff that you can get, because I think there was some armor or something previously as well. And there's a magic bag. Yeah, no, I'm not going to worry about any of that. Some citizens, some guards. More guards. You there, stop right where you are. Is there a problem? The problem is you massacred the people of Ember and we don't let murderers run loose in Port Last. I've only been accused of the crime. Nothing has been proven. We know you were at Ember during the massacre. That's proof enough for us. How do you know I was at Ember? It doesn't matter. What does matter is what's going to happen to you now. We're going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. You're going to become violent and regretfully will be forced to kill you. What if I don't become violent and surrender peacefully instead? It doesn't really matter. We're avenging Ember. You're a guard charged with protecting Port Last, correct? An honourable position, if I'm not mistaken. Not going to talk your way out of this, murderer. Alright, well, no choice. Put up your weapons, what's going on here? These guards blame me for Ember and they wanted revenge. Damn it, I know they lost family there, but I never thought they'd forsake duty for misguided vengeance. We'll inform Hieronymus of what happened here. You're free to go, but don't cause any more trouble. We didn't cause trouble in the first place. Right, we can go in here. We might save before we do, just in case. Can you tell me anything about what happened at Ember? I tell you plenty, but whether any of it's the truth, well, that remains to be seen. What have you heard? Take this rumour for a start. Some folks say it was the beast of the Duskwood that savaged Ember, revenge for disturbing their nests or some such. frankly, I'm inclined that believe that one. I think that should be I'm inclined to believe that one. Port Last had a bit of a werewolf problem not too long ago. Wouldn't surprise me if more of them hanging about. What else? There was this Luskan woman sniffing around a while back. According to her, some adventurers strolled into town and slaughtered everyone just for chuckles. Nothing but lies come out of Luskan lips, so you can ignore that one. That's just my opinion, though. Anything else? Then there's Elgin, one of my regulars. He claims he was there, saw the whole thing. I wouldn't exactly call him a liar, but he's always talking about his adventures, which conveniently happen when no one else is around. Other than Elgin, you don't know of anyone else who saw what happened? Well, Aromas seems to have a guest staying with him nowadays with guards and all. Could be one of the attackers, more likely a survivor. Where can I find Elgin? Head on over to the common room. He's probably telling stories for the 100th time. Hang on, there was a question I wanted to ask. Who's the woman by the fire? That's Malin. She's a ranger right here. Blows into town every now and then. And she knows the Duskwood well enough. That's the talk anyway. Alright, so we've got Elgin over there, and we've got Malin there. So they're the important people to talk to in here. Malin, still playing Girl of the Woods. Bishop, I was wondering when you'd drag your sorry carcass back to Port Last. You waited for me, I'm touched. Then again, it's not like you could have tracked me down if you wanted to. I take it you two know each other. You could say that. Liking him is another matter, however. This half-elf slip of a girl here nearly got me and herself killed several times over while scouting the Luskan border. Impatience, incompetence, these things get scouts killed. That's the trouble when you're not fully an elf and not fully a human. It's like you always got something to prove. There's no need to be insulting. An insult isn't an insult if it's simple fact, and perhaps she's heard enough truth for one day. So what's your business in Port Last? I'm investigating the murders in Ember. What's to investigate? The village is destroyed and everyone's dead. Could have been brigands or God knows what else, but a Lord's justice won't bring those villagers back to life. Do you know of anyone who might have witnessed the attack? Maybe 3 days gone, I was passing just south of Duskwood when I spied a column of smoke. I'd say it was coming from the ridge just above Duskwood Grove. Could have been some travellers stopping for the night. It could be that someone made a home for themselves. There's a cave up there and a good spot for a camp. Either way, the Grove is an hour's walk from Ember, much, maybe less. Whoever's up there may have seen what happened in the village. Thanks for the help. Just watch your back. The Grove's not known for being friendly to strangers, and if someone's made a home on that ridge, well, could be they're just crazy. You'd better hope it's as simple as that. Anything you can tell me about this place? Depends what you mean. I don't know much about Port Last, but I could bend your ear for hours about the land betwixt here and the Luskan border. Mostly it's trackless forest, though. They say the woods have magical properties. Me, I don't cut down trees. Not when there's dryads and worse lurking about. The only place of note is the Duskwood Grove, but it's gone strange of late. Used to be deer there and plentiful hunting. Now something's driven all the deer away. Nothing but ferocious beasts and stranger things for miles around the Grove. Even a ranger can find trouble in the Grove. You'd do better to stay away. Farewell. Alright. What do you have to say? I had just lined up my arrow on the deer when I heard a growl. I turned and there was the biggest, blackest wolf I've ever seen coming right at me. Lucky for me, I had my enchanted dagger with me with its jaws only inches away from my throat. I lunged and with a quick twist of the blade, I cut out the beast's heart. Ooh. I was a bit tired after all this fun in the Duskwood, so I decided to head to Ember to rest up. That's when I smelled the smoke. I ran there as quickly as I could, and what did I see? The village in flames, the defenseless people being slaughtered by cruel and evil men. There were dozens of attackers, heavily armed, aided by foul creatures, demons, I think. So what did you do? The only thing I could do, I attacked. I cut down 2 of them before they knew I was there, but the others, seeing what a threat I was, ganged up on me. I slew several before one of them snuck up behind and knocked me unconscious. The enemy must have thought me dead because when I woke they were gone. Yet hardly a scratch on him, a tale well worth its weight in words, no doubt. And what of Ember? Sadly, I was too late. Everyone was dead. There was little more I could do, so I returned to port last. At least you tried, Elgin. The man is clearly a fool, but it is his audience that concerns me. Such tales could be used against us. We should question Elgin and see about the facts of his tale. I haven't seen you out before, just passing through. You saw what happened at Ember? I did. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more to stop it. It's a miracle you survived. Indeed, tomorrow was watching over me that day. Lady Luck. Did you see who led the attack? Regretfully, I didn't. Otherwise, he'd have been the first I cut down. You were hunting deer in the Duskwood. Malin says there's no deer to be found there at all. I saw plenty. I don't know what she's talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, Aljal said you can barely handle a blade, yet you managed to kill many of these attackers. What? He's wrong. I don't need his training. I learned to fight somewhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, farewell for now. He's a slippery one. Let's ask around town and see if anyone can help us shed some light on some of his more flamboyant statements. All right, so let's start. Oh, another person. Many pardons, but I have a lot on my mind. There's something wrong. My partner Bradbury, he is 2 days late for our meeting. He's a northerner and a fool, but he's good with a pick and wedge, and he has brought much silver to my house. I was planning to take him to Arm with me, but he heard tell of valuable ore in the Duskwood. You two are miners? I'm an artisan and a master trainer. Strength can mine a quarry, but wits is needed to fully utilize it. Until Bradbury returns, I cannot leave for Arm, and I cannot find work in this place. These northern folk will not deal with a stranger. What does he look like? It's hard to miss. His hair is bright orange, like flame blooms in the desert. If you happen to see him, tell him I'm still waiting. All right. These are all just citizens. Let's go back and ask Malin, see if there's any new options. No. Well, no, not really. What have you got? Anything new to say about... No, I guess we go outside. Dock workers, port last guards, dock workers. Don't recall there being anything worthwhile out on the docks out there. Yeah, and there's no other buildings we can enter. So let's just talk to the same people we've talked to already, because they're the only ones that are likely to have any more information at this point. And you don't. So... you have anything more to say? Let's try going back in here, maybe?
What brings you before me?
Okay, bit of a loss here. Who to talk to? Don't tell me that I have to speak to Elgin first, a second or third time sort of thing, and then come out and talk to all of these people. Actually, let's see if these gnomes have anything new to say now, just to be careful. No? Alright. It's possible that some of these just random citizens will have some more information. What last? Citizens. Oh, a couple of cats. And they meow when you talk to them. Right. Anyway, back into the inn. And if that doesn't get anything, we will actually start talking to the individuals that are like unnamed and see if that does anything. Oh, God. It's the only problem with a party like this. I'm now trapped.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's speak to you one more time. Back again, I'm sure I can spare some more time to you. Let's talk about Ember. Sure, all right. What do you want to know? Okay. Oh, hang on. There was something about werewolves there. Oh, no. Okay. That was an option that was there before that I obviously didn't notice. Um. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. One more time, we'll talk to the named people. If that doesn't help, we will talk to anybody we can find. You don't have anything to say. I hate quests like this where it's not obvious what you're supposed to do.
What brings you before me?
I know the woman is in there, but I
Listening, really.
can't get in there. came out here just in case there was somebody. Sometimes there'll be someone like standing at the end of the pier and you won't see them until you get closer. I'm also keeping an eye out for... I just thought of this. I can't remember what I have to do here to continue this plot along. But one of the things I thought of is that Goyven guy, the little halfling who runs around the place out in the wilderness. Sort of wondered whether maybe he's around somewhere, because he's often hard to notice. So I thought he could be standing amongst some of the rocks. Which is why I'm trying to highlight everything. Basically just looking for people that are out of the way that... So I think we've pretty much clicked on everybody in the damn town, with the exception of a couple of guards. Let's... talk to Sand.
Yes?
Okay, let's talk about the trial.
Yes, what of it?
Any idea where I should search for clues?
To port last, then to Ember. Then see what we find along the way, I think. I suspect Luskin has not covered their tracks well. Nothing would please me more.
How much evidence do you think we need?
We'll gather it all up and see. If you think you have enough, ask me for my opinion, and I shall give it to you.
Do you think we have enough?
I doubt what little we found is enough. And there are some things that I think Luskin may have expected us to find. We need to keep searching for as much evidence as we can gather.
Alright, so... I guess, at this point, we should try leaving and heading towards Ember. There are a couple of places we can go in the meantime. I think that place that was mentioned by Milan, was it? The ranger? I'd much rather have her in my party than what's-his-face. So that's Ember, and that's Duskwood. Let's go to Duskwood first. Something about this forest. I can't hear the trees. Their voices are strange. There's something wrong with them. It's some kind of poison running up through their roots. Uh-oh. I do remember this poison. Yes, the poison. It's like a brightness seeping from the ground into their branches. Are you going to be alright? If it's causing you pain, we can leave. No, I should be alright, but I am grateful for your concern. I'm curious what is causing this, though. I feel I must warn you, the trees of the Duskwood act as a dampener on magical energies. My considerable talents may be reduced while I am here. Damper? Yes, damper, as in to suppress. A simple sentence would be... I know what it means. I was just confirming what you said. All right. No need to do a Kelgar imitation. I was just trying to educate you on the forest. Thanks for the warning. We'll adjust our tactics. Pleasure to help, to be honest. That little jaunt has turned to be more interesting than I'd hoped. The Duskwood awaits. Actually, I am concerned by our ability to get through this. I know that that means spells are not going to be useful, but I think some of our magical items may not be useful either. What I want to do, super quick, is buy a bunch of normal arrows. Which I will drop or give away later. I think you can technically use a bow, can you not? Because you are an elf. You can. Wonderful. Oh, that's me. Hang on.
Listening, really.
Yeah, technically he can use a bow. So let's just grab a normal longbow. I don't want to pay too much for it. So now you've got a backup weapon. I am concerned that
Follow
not
me,
all
everyone.
of our
Follow Guardian,
arrows
let's head out.
are going to be... These might not be useful.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I concur.
Okay, let's give him that. I don't want to spend all this money on spare longbows for these guys, but I feel like I have to.
Yes.
And
I am listening.
all right. Let's go back to Duskwood. I do remember this. I don't remember what is here, what we have to fight, but I do remember that a lot of the things that we do have to fight are... Okay, so there's stuff up the hill here, I believe. Oh no, that's all the way over there. We're over here. Yeah, well, this is technically up the hill, I suppose. You got a zigzag. I think there's some stuff down over here as well, this around this ancient tree. So let's go and do that first. Although I get the feeling it is... yeah, so spell failure is definitely a thing. I don't know whether the bows are not going to work. I can't remember. I do remember that one other time I got this far, I ended up having to buy a weapon. I think I was playing as a warlock, and I had to buy like a weapon for my warlock to use because his normal weapon no longer worked. So there is... I think she is a dryad. Lorne, why haven't you held up your end of the bargain? Yes, Lorne, why haven't you held up your end of the bargain? Answer me. Remind me about our bargain. I seem to have forgotten. You forgot? How could you? Oh, I see. You're the one I disguised him as then, trying to prove your innocence, I assume. Yes, I am. How did you disguise Lorne? Alteration powder, a gift from a former guest. It allows you to appear as whomever you wish for a time. Lorne and his men stopped nearby before heading on to the village. From my tree, I spied on their conversation. The fool was simply going to rush in and kill everyone and yet somehow blame you. I appeared and offered my help in the matter. You helped him. Why would you do this? Look around you. Can you not see the stumps of the duskwood trees? The villagers ignored me and harvested the trees again and again, taking far more than necessary. It was an opportunity for vengeance. I offered to disguise Lorne and his men if they would bring me the glowstone that lies beneath this glade. He agreed, but I was a fool to trust him. See if you can get the powder from her. Her story's enlightening, but not the evidence the powder could be. Do you have any more of this powder? Can I have it? And why would I give it to you? What's in it for me? A trade, then. What do you want? A glowstone is corrupting the water that feeds the trees in the glade. One of Lorne's men was supposed to bring it to me. Lorne has failed me, so you will bring the glowstone to me and I will give you the alteration powder. Glowstone, is that some kind of magic item or an artifact? What it is doesn't matter. What does matter is that I want it. Once you have the stone, what are you planning to do with it? It's none of your concern. Are you going to give it to me or not? I'll consider your offer, but I'm not making any promises. Do as you like. But until you bring me the stone, the powder will remain with me. Oh my god, look at the size of that bear. And it's a die-up bear. Alright. Where is the glowstone? There is a... must be in the cave. From the caverns beneath the Duskwood, yeah. So we've got to go all the way up. Well, or do we? Is the entrance to the cave down here? No, it must be up there. Gee, that's a big bear. Even that boar is big. She got dire everything's around her. Let's... Duskwood Grove. Very good. You ready to do this? Oh, looky here. You cannot get in that, though. That is the way out, if I remember rightly. Okay, my magical arrows are still working. That is really good. Did I switch over to regular arrows? I did. There we go.
Done.
I don't want you switching over to regular arrows either, so we'll give those to you. We will give those to you. Give that bow back to me to sell. I should probably give that longbow +2 to you.
I can do that.
At least that way he's doing a little bit more damage. Don't really need to rest, but the animal companions are the ones sitting in the front line taking most of the damage, so let's make sure they're as healthy as possible. Seeing as we can't buff them, we can't heal them or ourselves, and we can't do mega amounts of damage with spells. Somehow we got... There we go. Look, Mary, visitors. What are gnomes doing in the Duskwood? Ah, look, not only do the woods have an infestation of gnomes, but they also seem to have gathered quite an impressive array of insects. Who are you? I am Mary, and this is my sister, Jilly. We travelled here from Lantan beyond the Sea of Swords, travelled here and decided to stay. Why would you leave your home? Well, we were far too tidy for Lantan. It's a very messy place. We had boxes and boxes of insects sorted by class and tied up with string. And the others were forever getting into our things, moving them about, reclassifying them, and writing us silly notes. Love notes, and always to Jilla. But Lantan is very far away, very, very far, and now we could never go back, could we, Mary? Why not? We'd never quite fit in, not anymore. This is our place, and we're happy enough. We have each other, at least, don't we, Jilla? Yes, we do. Brings you up here. Insects, of course. The shiny hornfly and the yellow-tipped weevil. The Duskwood has them in abundance and in so many new varieties that we've never seen before. So you collect insects? Just so. We've made a study of them. The 20 varieties of hornflies, all manner of weevils and grubs. Not only that, we've discovered 4 new aphids just here in the Duskwood. It's far more interesting than Lantan ever was. We catch them and sketch them, then name them and box them up. Trim and tidy, clean and neat. Everything in its place, just so. Have you seen what happened in Ember? Ember, isn't that the human village, Jilla? The one we visited last 10-day? Just so, Mary. We got all that wonderful mutton, remember? Ember was destroyed. Do you know anything about that? Destroyed? No, we hardly ever come out of the woods. Our work keeps us busy. They used to tell us on Lantan that the whole island could sink into the sea before we'd notice. There go Mira and Jilla after their insects again. Think of it, Jilla, Ember in ruins. There must be bodies everywhere, unattended, sheep and people both. We could go and pay our respects, don't you think? There's something weird about these two. This place is dangerous. How do you avoid the wolves? Wolves are no trouble, are they, Jilla? No trouble. Besides, we're very small and hardly a threat. Perhaps they've grown fond of us. You found this cave abandoned? Strange that you should ask that. When first we arrived, we found a woman living here, didn't we, Mira? Just so. She entrusted this place to us and then she went away. She said that her family had gone or been killed and she was off into the wild to build a new clan. That's odd. Was she a druid by any chance? I did not think there was one tending the Duskwood. Mind if I have a look around? We'd rather you didn't, to tell the truth. I think they're werewolves? Or some sort of were-creatures. We like to keep everything just so. Our boxes, our samples, and the insects, of course. It wouldn't do to go trampling them underfoot. Yes, Jilla, better that they leave, and soon. The Duskwood isn't kind to stranger. Just the same, I think I'm going to have myself a look in the cave. Okay, magic is usable again in here for some strange reason. And there are more dire wolves. Fortunately, none of my animal companions wanted to... Come on, let me rest. Thank you. None of my animal companions wanted to come and help. Oh, no, we do have spell failure in here after all. Okay, for some reason it did not list the spell failure earlier. Let's have a look at the map. 3 baddies up there. Nice and quick. This poor corpse must be Bradbury. Look there, you can tell by the hair. We didn't want to do it. We never want to, but the blood, the smell, it fills you up. That's Jilla, and she's in her were form. I think she's one of those two there. Yeah, but there and there. Yes, Jilla, just so. You two are werewolves. How did this happen? A woman was living here when we first came from Landhand. She welcomed us, took us in, listened while we talked of hornflies and weevils. In the night she fell on us, she bit us, both of us, but not deep enough to kill. She wanted to make more of her kind. She said she was the last of the Duskwood pack. They'd hunted and slain all the rest. Where is she now? Gone, far away, maybe dead, we don't know. We try to stay away from folk, we truly do. We hunt animals when we can't catch any. We eat our specimens, we gorge on beetles and grubs. But when meat wanders into our lair, then the scent fills us and there's naught we can do. The blood flowing warm between our teeth, the taste of soft yielding flesh, just so. Okay, everybody. We need to concentrate our attacks here, please. Where's the other one? Chilla's over there.
Everyone, follow me.
You're right in the middle of it there at the moment.
Troll-kissing orc.
Just help by taking out that dire wolf before things get too bad. Alright, so now we can finish off Jilla. Yeah, I thought Sand might have gone down in the middle of all that, but thankfully he did not. The insect collection and a scroll and an amulet, which we have not identified yet. There's nothing else on him, and the garbage pile contains improved robes of the old order. I think that's actually monk robes, isn't it? Yes, armor class +2 for a monk. No. Yeah. Wrong person.
I think it is time everyone marched behind me.
Amulet of the Harpers. Only usable by a good Harper agent or neutral. Resistance to electricity, immunity to spell, to magic missile, and save throw against mind +5. Very nice. Right, let's rest. Now my concern is where there must have been another cavern whose entrance I missed. Or we haven't gone all the way up the trail yet. I'm talking entrance outside, although I'm double checking to make sure there's no branching tunnels here. Yeah, we're all the way up the top here. There's got to have been... We have to have missed an entrance somewhere. We can't get up there to any of that. Get up to there or up to there. There's nothing around here. Did we miss something over this way? Even though they're strangely lit up, there's nothing there or there. But there was this thing here. But we can't get in. Hmm. Cave is the only other thing marked on the map. Maybe we've got to go into search mode in the cave to see if we can find... Because I remember there being... I remember this thing here being the exit, not the entrance. That's why you can only come out, because the stone is there and you can push this. Once you open the door from the other side, you can push the stone out of the way. I do not recall where the other entrance is. But there's no other caves that I can see anywhere around here. So maybe there was a secret in the other cave that we haven't found. Because there's nowhere else to go from here. This is the end of the map, so... most likely place is going to be somewhere up here, particularly at that back sectional wall. But that sectional wall there is also highly likely to have something. So that bit of wall there, or this bit over here. Not really finding anything over here. Why are my companions not following me? Oh, the game. Damn it. They're not following me because the game got all hung up again. My search skill is 21.
Yeah.
Yours is only 14. Yours is 3. Yours is 6. And yours is 1. So I am the best person to find anything if there's anything here. Some sort of artifact here on the bottom of the screen. I mean, if there was a secret door here, I expected I would have found it by now. I may have to go and look up a guide to see what I'm supposed to do here. And it is about that time to end the episode. There's one other thing I can think of doing. Maybe I'm wrong in my remembrance of that other rock down there. Maybe I just need to do a search down there to see if there's a way to get rid of the rock and open it and get in. So let's just quickly do that. If that doesn't work, we will end the episode and I will find out what I'm supposed to do. I mean, ultimately, this doesn't really matter. Well, actually, it does. It is evidence that I need, isn't it? So I guess I could search over here. Around here, another entrance. Like there could be something behind all of that. Small chance that there's stuff on this side of the road. Could be an entrance. Let me just come back up to this one because we circled through all of that. Let's just make sure this isn't an entrance either. The game is all. Okay, so we didn't find anything here. Did we search here at all? Nothing there. Come back down to this. No. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. We're going to find out how we fix this before we start the next episode, and we will be back. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye now.